Gender gap level 2. Have you heard about a protest movement in Saudi Arabia that has been growing? A group of women are holding a day of action today. But the government has said that the police will punish them, and a group of 100 religious clerics have called the campaign a danger to the country. What is this campaign for? The women are calling for the right to drive cars on the roads. Officially, Islamic law does not prohibit them, and the traffic laws do not prevent them. But society and the culture in Saudi Arabia does stop them. Women can almost never get a driving license, which allows them to legally drive cars on the roads. Yesterday, the World Economic Forum published a new report about the gender gap between men and women around the world in 2013. The good news is that since 2006, the gap has decreased in 80% of the countries. In some areas, the gap has almost closed. Women's health and survival is 96% of men's. Women's education is 93% as good as men's. And in 25 countries, the education gap has totally gone. In fact, did you know that in the USA, women are now getting more university degrees than men in all subjects? According to the report, Iceland has been the most gender-equal country in the world for the last 5 years, with a gender gap of less than 20%. The gap is also under 20% in Finland, Norway and Sweden, all of which have been investing a lot of money in health, education, and into the balance between work and home life. Can you guess where Austria is? It is in 19th position, behind Cuba, Nicaragua, South Africa, and the Philippines. Globally, the economic gender gap is still large, on average at 40%. A different survey of global companies has recently found that in India, only 23% of the workforce are women. In contrast, in the USA, over half of the workforce are women. And where do you think Austria came in this survey? 4th from the bottom, in front of India, Japan and Turkey. Did you know that only 29% of the workforce in Austria are women? At least in Japan, the Prime Minister has been saying that changing the situation for women is of the greatest urgency. What do you think the barriers are to women in these global companies getting better jobs? Not the laws in a country, or issues like maternity conditions. Instead, it is the masculine corporate culture and the culture of general society. That sounds a little bit like the problem in Saudi Arabia, doesn't it?